How you doing, everybody? ABC Action News Chief Meteorologist Dennis Phillips. Here's the latest on our Tropical Storm Ernesto. Still kind of a ragged system, but over the next 24 hours or so, it's going to slowly get better organized. And when it does, it's going to approach the U.S. and British Virgin Islands as a tropical storm expected, and even the eastern side of Puerto Rico before, as you see, it starts to make that pretty significant turn. What's making it turn? Well, in Florida, believe it or not, we are going to see the impacts of some drier, cooler air in the early morning hours on Saturday morning. We would drop into the mid-70s as opposed to the low to mid-80s with lower humidity as well. And that same trough is the reason it's going to be pushing Ernesto away from the U.S. mainland and maybe up toward Bermuda with the track into the North Atlantic. I will tell you that if this particular trough at that front was not there, this thing would be barreling into the southeast of the Gulf of Mexico like they often do this time of the year. So we are very fortunate that that front is there, and that's going to push what will likely be a hurricane, possibly even a Cat 1 or 2 hurricane, as it's moving into the North Atlantic away from the U.S. So again, tropical storm conditions are expected for the U.S. and British Virgin Islands. Tropical storm conditions are expected for eastern sections of Puerto Rico, and then that turn off to the north should occur. And again, the threat to the U.S., well, I guess you never say never. It's pretty close to never. This is not our storm. A lot more coming in the pipeline from Africa, but believe it or not, there's still some lingering Saharan dust out there, and the models aren't really doing a lot with these waves. I mean, they come up every 3 or 4 days off of Africa, and this is the time they usually start to develop. But when you have all this dry air out there, no, not gonna. So right now, outside of Ernesto, things are a little bit quieter behind it. We'll see just how long that plays out.